There's a very good reason why I am in love with fantasy, fictional, sci-fi, imaginary and much indulged epics of powered heroism by pure-hearted, human-shaped individuals who possess extraordinary, impossible powers or abilities and selflessly devote themselves to beautiful universal ideals of compassion, goodness, freedom and love. They are always pitted against a well-developed, super-villain who has an authoritarian regime that threatens the safety, continuity or simply just the integrity of good in this world. They always struggle their hardest, persevere despite all the odds and find a way to succeed when they never stood a chance in the first place. In this world, everyone can see the good that they do and supports them in their lifelong quest to rid the world of evil and make the world safe and happy again. They are recognized, aided, supported and, most importantly, allowed to succeed. This is simply not one bit the world I live in any way, shape or form. The best in the world are rather the ones who go unnoticed and become most burdened, as they are seen as the ones who do not require help, support or extra chances, or even recognition for all their good work. They are simply expected to carry on as if in the humblest variation of their positions and help out those around them without so much as a mere acknowledgement of assistance. Their greatest achievement is simply seen as being able to tolerate the worst around them and compensate for the weakest beside them. The world simply has no concern for self-improvement, or rather, more significantly, a better world. It simply requires the continuation of this one as it stands. In fact, those who wish to improve upon what is already there are seen as more of a liability than those who seek to destabilize what already exists. Vilification is standard, vindication is abhorrent. The simplest, purest and most gregarious and altruistic of hearts are the ones, not only harvested for the sum of their parts, but imprisoned and drained of their lifeblood each and every day as it struggles harder and harder to pump through their veins. When the avidity of those who have interest see fit for more, the body part is harvested and fed in a calculating, cold-hearted, detached manner to those who have paid barely more than meat on the bone for it. The only true survivors or beneficiaries are the owners of the slaughterhouse and the butchers. These are simply the worst in the world, and they belong to the underclass of human being who is not only selfish, self-absorbed, greedy but also weak, parasitic and devoid of any inherent good in their person. This afflicts them worse than any virus, disease or infection, as there is no treatment, remedy or anything even resembling a cure for the underclass of human being who is simply not aware of who they are and what they do or cost of the world. In their hearts, they will always be the swaddled, overprotected babies who have an entire household of staff as well as every power of their dynasty to protect them and keep them happy. To this entire breed of individual, the world is for them, and for those who it isn't, it is simply not meant to be. This logic not only subverses but concedes a classification of unworthy, undeserving and subversives for those born out with of this class. However, they are the ones who possess most of the power and influence in this world, and the others are closely tied or associated with them. They subsist at their undeserved level and continue to shape and maintain the world in their image without any repentance, recompense, reprimand or even awareness. They are the ruling class, and their agenda is as it was previously, to maintain their status, lifestyle and greater expand their influence and respect within their own circles. The worst aspect of all this is that they set the precedent for valued behavior for all those less privileged than them. They are the empowered underclass who care not nor know the human experience for those around the world who were not born into such a privileged life. Currently, the world has a plethora of community leaders, business executives, heads of household, matriarchs, patriarchs, group leads, political heads of state and managers who all take care of their own little corner of their very tiny area of interest, almost entirely, purely and consistently tied into themselves. Moreover, these figureheads see nothing more than that which ties into their own personal agenda. It's almost as if the world can go to hell if I can go to heaven. The ironic thing is this is actually the universally accepted principle of all human beings: you take care of yourself, or your own, and the others can just go fuck themselves. Out of all the human values we could possibly share, this is by far the most commonly shared one. And it has to go. The higher the level of influence, power, status or prestige, as well as reputation, the greater the potential to make the world a better place. The lower the level, the more one need only consider what one can give to the world around them. At all levels, everything starts from the individual and knowing who they are, what they need and then what they can give to the world. This is all anyone needs to do to improve the world, as even a penny from billions around the world could equal a small fortune. Even a solitary consideration of another close to their life has already created a more loving world. Even one fewer mistake or one better managed mistake has already saved countless lives. The only thing we need in the world is universal world consciousness without a single exception. Universal world consciousness doesn't require any commitment, any money, any compromise, any sacrifice, any time nor any education. It is simply the acceptance of the fact that we all live in this one world together regardless of any divide, relevance or influence concerned. Simply, truly accepting this idea that we are all human and we all live on this planet, and we all have an effect on it whether we live or die. Ultimately, we all have the power to develop the world to the next stage, to develop humanity to the next stage, to truly create a world civilization which is where all change can be effected across the world. This is what needs to happen, and I hope I live to see a day where I see it.